Here's the deal. The lights go out, your fridge stops humming, your phone's sitting at a pathetic 12% with no signal, and outside, absolute chaos. But you're standing in your kitchen, staring at empty shelves, wondering why you didn't prepare. Why didn't you stock up when you had the chance? This isn't some far-off sci-fi scenario. It's reality knocking on your door. Blackouts are coming, and if you're not ready, you're going to regret it big time. We're not talking about a quick power cut that's over in an hour. No, this is the real deal. Rolling blackouts, cyber attacks, fuel grid sabotage, political meltdowns. Whatever the cause, the result is the same. You're left powerless. Days, maybe even weeks without electricity. And while the unprepared masses are out there losing their minds, fighting over the last loaf of bread at the store, the smart ones, they're already set. They've got the essentials. Not just flashlights and batteries, but the real stuff. The 7 blackout essentials that keep you fed, fueled, and functioning when the world goes dark. So, let's break it down. These are the 7 blackout essentials you'll wish you had when the lights go out. Don't wait until it's too late. On shelf-stable proteins, the backbone of survival. Picture this. The power's out, your fridge is now a glorified storage box, and all that fresh meat you stocked up on? It's a ticking time bomb destined for the trash in less than 24 hours. When the grid goes down, your stove won't save you, and your freezer becomes useless. That's why shelf-stable protein isn't just a suggestion. It's a non-negotiable. Protein isn't just food, it's fuel. It's what keeps your muscles working, your brain sharp, and your immune system from crashing under stress. And trust me, in a blackout, stress is guaranteed. So what should you stock up on? Start with the classics, canned meats. Tuna, chicken, salmon, sardines, roast beef, even Spam. These are your blackout MVPs. They're not glamorous, but they're packed with protein, require zero prep, and can last for years if stored properly. Tuna pouches are lightweight and easy to stash, while sardines bring the bonus of omega-3s and healthy fats. And yes, Spam might be the punchline of a joke in normal times, but in a blackout, it's a calorie-dense lifesaver that can turn plain rice or bread into a meal. Next, let's talk jerky and vacuum-sealed meats. Beef jerky, turkey sticks, and salami packs are compact, portable, and shelf-stable for over a year. They're perfect for snacking or adding to meals, and they don't take up much space. Just avoid the sugary gas station brands and opt for high-protein, low-preservative options. Don't overlook powdered protein either. Whey or plant-based protein powders are versatile and long-lasting. Mix them with shelf-stable milk, water, or even oats for a quick, energy-packed meal. A single scoop can keep you going when you're running on fumes. And for plant-based options, canned beans are your best friend. Lentils, black beans, chickpeas, and baked beans are protein powerhouses that also provide fiber and pair well with carbs for complete meals. Sure, they're not gourmet, but in a blackout, you're not eating for pleasure, you're eating for survival. Here's a pro tip. Foil-packed tuna or salmon with a hot sauce packet can turn instant rice into a protein-heavy meal that's both filling and functional. And don't forget to store your protein stash smartly. Rotate your stock every 6 to 12 months, check for bulging cans or rusted lids, and label everything with dates and use first reminders. When the lights go out and the world descends into chaos, you'll be glad you prioritize protein. It's the difference between staying strong and becoming a liability. 2. Instant carbs. Energy in a crisis. Let's not sugarcoat it. When the power's out, carbs are your best friend. Not because they're trendy or Instagram-worthy, but because they're the fastest, most efficient way to keep your body moving and your brain functioning. In a blackout, energy is survival, and carbs deliver it better than anything else. But here's the catch. Not all carbs are created equal. The last thing you want is food that takes forever to cook or burns through your limited fuel supply. Long-grain rice, dry beans, and steel-cut oats might be pantry staples, but they're a nightmare in a crisis. You need carbs that are quick, easy, and blackout-friendly. Start with instant rice. It's parboiled, shelf-stable, and cooks in under 5 minutes with just boiling water. Add a bouillon cube, mix in some canned tuna or beans, and you've got a hot, satisfying meal. It's lightweight, easy to portion, and cheap enough to stockpile. Plus, with proper storage, it can last for years. Next up, pasta. But not the kind that takes 10-15 minutes to cook. Think angel hair, elbow macaroni, or mini pasta that softens quickly and doesn't require draining. Pair it with shelf-stable marinara, canned chili, or even a squirt of mayo and hot sauce, and you've got a morale-boosting meal in minutes. Instant mashed potatoes are another unsung hero. Just add hot water, stir, and you've got warm, fluffy comfort food. Mix in canned gravy, powdered milk, or even just salt and pepper, and it feels like a home-cooked meal in the middle of chaos. And here's the kicker, they're edible, even without heat. Not ideal, but in a pinch, they'll do. Oatmeal is another must-have. Quick oats hydrate fast and provide steady energy. Add powdered milk, peanut butter, or honey, and it becomes a versatile meal for any time of day. Cream of wheat works similarly. Just hot water and a little patience, and you've got a belly-warming bowl of carbs. And yes, ramen makes the list. It's salty, greasy, and far from healthy, but in a blackout, it's a lifesaver. It cooks in minutes, needs nothing but boiling water. And those sodium-packed flavor packets help your body retain fluids when you're sweating or dehydrated. The beauty of these instant carbs is their simplicity. They don't demand much. Just hot water, a little heat, and maybe a spoon. No fancy cookware, no full kitchen setup, no excessive cleanup. And when the blackout stretches into days or weeks, that simplicity becomes priceless. If your pantry is full of slow-cooking carbs, it's time to rethink your strategy. Stock up on instant options that get the job done fast. Because when the power goes out, comfort starts with a bowl of something hot and ready in 5 minutes or less. 3. Electrolyte boosters, the unsung heroes of hydration. Here's the thing about blackouts. They're not just about losing power. They're about losing balance. And nothing throws your body off faster than dehydration. You can have gallons of water stored, but if your electrolytes crash, you're in trouble. Headaches, dizziness, weakness, even nausea. These are the signs your body is running on empty. And in a crisis, that's a risk you can't afford. Electrolytes are the unsung heroes of survival. They're not flashy, but they're absolutely essential. Clean water's only half the equation. Without electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and glucose, your cells can't function properly. And in survival mode, that's a recipe for disaster. Start with electrolyte powders. They're compact, shelf-stable, and easy to use. Brands like Liquid IV, Drip Drop, and Element are great options, but even generic store brands will do the job. Just tear open a packet, mix it with water, and you've got instant cellular fuel. Oral rehydration salts are another must-have. These are the same packets used in disaster zones and clinics to treat severe dehydration. They're cheap, lightweight, and life-saving. A single packet mixed with water can stabilize someone who's crashing from dehydration. Don't overlook sports drink concentrates either. Powdered Gatorade, Propel, or Electrolyte tablets are easy to store and provide a familiar taste that can boost morale. They're not perfect, but they hydrate, replace lost salts, and give you a psychological edge when stress is high. Hydration packs are another game changer. These Camelback-style systems let you carry water on your back, keeping your hands free and encouraging consistent hydration. In a blackout where you might be on foot more than usual, this is a massive advantage. And remember, hydration isn't just about drinking. You'll need water for rehydrating food, cleaning wounds, and staying cool. Pairing your water supply with electrolyte boosters ensures your body stays balanced, even if your intake volume drops. Most people don't think dehydration is a big deal until it is. They assume water is enough. But under blackout stress, you're sweating more, eating less, and burning through minerals without realizing it. That water bottle you're sipping won't help if your electrolytes are depleted. This isn't about being fancy. It's about staying functional when the pressure's on. Stock up on electrolyte boosters now. Keep them in your pantry, your go bag, even your car. Because when the grid fails and you're running on fumes, that little packet of powder might be the difference between making it through the day or not. 4. High-calorie spreads. The energy you can eat straight from the jar. When the power's out, the fridge is useless, the microwave is a paperweight, and stress is at an all-time high. You're not going to crave a gourmet meal. What you'll need is pure, dense, shelf-stable energy that you can eat straight from the jar. That's where high-calorie spreads like honey, peanut butter, and other nutrient-packed options come in. These aren't just food, they're survival fuel. Let's start with honey, the king of all spreads. Honey isn't just sweet, it's practically indestructible. Archaeologists have found jars of honey in ancient tombs that are still edible thousands of years later. That's the kind of shelf life you want when expiration dates stop mattering. But honey isn't just sugar in a jar. It's antibacterial, antifungal, and loaded with antioxidants. It can soothe a sore throat, calm a cough, and even help heal wounds. In a blackout, honey isn't just a calorie source, it's a morale booster. A spoonful of honey can provide a quick energy hit and a small moment of comfort when everything else feels bleak. Next up is peanut butter, the MVP of survival spreads. It's calorie-dense, packed with protein, and loaded with the fats your body needs to stay functional in survival mode. A single spoonful gives you a trifecta of carbs, protein, and fat all in one bite. It doesn't need refrigeration, it's portable, and it lasts for over a year unopened. Natural peanut butter might separate over time, but that oil layer on top? Totally normal. Just stir it back in, and you're good to go. But don't stop at peanut butter. Almond butter, sunflower seed butter, tahini, and even flavored nut spreads can add variety and nutritional value to your stash. And yes, Nutella counts too. Sure, it's high in sugar, but in a blackout, when stress is through the roof, a spoonful of something sweet can be a game changer for your mood. Why are these spreads so essential? Because they're versatile. You can spread them on crackers, mix them into oats, stir them into powdered milk, or just eat them straight from the jar. No cooking, no cleanup, no hassle. And from a storage perspective, they're compact and efficient. A single jar of peanut butter contains over 2,500 calories, enough to keep you going for an entire day. In a blackout, fats are your secret weapon. They're calorie-dense, keep you full longer, and help regulate your hormones and brain function. Without them, you'll crash fast. So stock up on these pantry powerhouses now, because when the lights go out, they'll be the first thing you reach for, and the first thing to disappear from store shelves. 5. Freeze-dried meals and soup mixes. Instant comfort, zero hassle. When the power's out and your stomach is growling, the last thing you want to do is spend precious time and fuel trying to cook a meal from scratch. That's why freeze-dried meals and soup mixes are the ultimate blackout lifesavers. They're not just convenient, they're essential. Freeze-dried meals are the crown jewels of any prepper's pantry. Brands like Mountain House, ReadyWise, and Augustin Farms have built their reputations on one simple promise: dependable, long-lasting food that actually tastes good. These meals have a shelf life of 20 to 30 years, meaning you can stash them away today and still enjoy a hot meal decades from now. What makes freeze-dried meals so valuable isn't just their longevity, it's their balance. Each pouch is calorie-dense, nutritionally complete, and portion-controlled. Most meals pack 500, 800 calories and include a mix of proteins, carbs, and fats to keep you fueled and functional. And the best part? Zero cleanup. Just add hot water, wait a few minutes, and eat straight from the pouch. No dishes, no mess, no hassle. Soup mixes are the underrated cousins of freeze-dried meals. A big tub of split pea or lentil soup mix might not last 30 years, but it'll easily hold up for 5-10 years. And most plus, they're incredibly cost-effective. Just add boiling water, simmer, and you've got a hearty, filling meal. You can even customize them by adding spices, shelf-stable fats, or canned meats to bulk them up. Both freeze-dried meals and soup mixes are lightweight and portable, making them perfect for go bags, car kits, or emergency bins. If you need to evacuate quickly, you can grab several days' worth of meals in the same space a 6-pack of soda would take up. But these meals aren't just about survival, they're about morale. When the power's out and stress is high, a warm, familiar meal can make all the difference. Mac and cheese, chili, or even a breakfast scramble can ground you mentally and keep you going physically. If your pantry is full of canned goods and pasta but missing freeze-dried meals or soup mixes, you're leaving a critical gap in your prep. These meals are fast, easy, and reliable. Everything you need when the world goes dark. 6. Shelf-stable dairy and eggs, the unsung heroes of nutrition. When the power goes out, perishables are the first to go. Milk sours, eggs spoil, and cheese molds faster than you'd think. That's why shelf-stable dairy and eggs are a must-have for any blackout scenario. They're the unsung heroes of long-term food security, filling critical nutritional gaps when fresh options are off the table. Let's start with powdered milk. Forget the chalky stuff from your childhood. Modern powdered milk is a game changer. It mixes easily with water and can be used just like fresh milk for cooking, baking, or drinking. A single box can make gallons of reconstituted milk and lasts 1-2 years unopened, or even longer if stored in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. Add it to coffee, oatmeal, or cereal, and you've got a versatile, shelf-stable substitute for fresh milk. Hand-evaporated milk is another powerhouse. It's rich, creamy, and perfect for recipes like pancakes, casseroles, or desserts. It adds fat and flavor where powdered milk falls short and can last for years on the shelf. Then there's shelf-stable milk in cartons, often found in European-style Tetra Pak packaging. These ultra-pasteurized milks can sit unopened for 6-12 months and are perfect for short-term disruptions or regular rotation in your pantry. Now let's talk eggs. Powdered eggs might sound strange, but they're a lifesaver in a blackout. Just add water and you've got scrambled eggs ready to go. They work in baking, frying, or as a binder for recipes like meatloaf or pancakes. A single can of powdered eggs can replace dozens of fresh eggs without taking up fridge space or risking spoilage. Together, shelf-stable dairy and eggs turn your blackout pantry into a functional kitchen. They let you make real meals instead of just surviving on snacks and canned goods. And beyond flavor, they provide essential nutrients like calcium, protein, and fats that keep your body running smoothly. Don't wait until the fridge dies to realize you need these staples. Stock up now, because when the lights go out, you'll be glad you planned ahead. 7. Coffee, tea, and morale boosters. The fuel for your mind. When the power goes out and stress levels skyrocket, survival isn't just about food, it's about keeping your head in the game. That's where coffee, tea, and other morale boosters come in. They're not luxuries, they're lifelines. Let's start with coffee. Whether it's instant packets, ground beans, or coffee concentrate, having caffeine on hand is a game changer. It's not just about staying awake, it's about staying sharp. In a blackout, when you're making critical decisions under pressure, a cup of coffee can mean the difference between clarity and chaos. Go for shelf-stable options like vacuum-sealed bricks of ground coffee, instant coffee sticks, or freeze-dried coffee. Pair them with a manual brewing method like a French press or pour-overs cone, and you're set. All you need is a way to boil water. A propane stove, rocket stove, or even a campfire will do. Tea is just as essential. Herbal teas like chamomile or mint can help with stress, sleep, and digestion, while black or green teas offer a gentler caffeine boost. A few dozen tea bags take up almost no space but can provide comfort and routine when everything else feels out of control. And don't stop at coffee and tea. Hot cocoa packets, powdered drink mixes, and even bouillon cubes can lift your spirits when you're staring down another bowl of rice and beans. These small comforts can make a big difference in your mental endurance. Here's a pro tip: caffeine is gold in a blackout. People will trade almost anything for a cup of coffee after a few days without it. Stock up now, because when the grid fails, these morale boosters will be worth their weight in gold. When the lights go out and the world plunges into chaos, survival comes down to preparation. The 7 blackout essentials: shelf-stable proteins, instant carbs, electrolyte boosters, high-calorie spreads, freeze-dried meals, shelf-stable dairy and eggs, and morale boosters like coffee and tea, aren't just items to stockpile. They're your lifeline to staying strong, sharp, and steady when everything else falls apart. Don't wait until it's too late. Start stocking up now, because when the grid fails, being prepared won't just feel smart, it'll feel like survival.